Hey guys, I'm Hoda Kotb from NBC News and the Today Show and my new Making Space podcast. And I am so excited to welcome you to Demo Day for the Comcast NBC Universal Lift Labs Accelerator powered by Techstars. Every day on our show, we highlight stories about dreamers and doers who challenge the status quo. They think about what the world should look like, and then they take steps to make meaningful changes. It's not easy to see problems in the world and create positive solutions that can impact millions of lives. But for a select few, it is a true mission. The 11 startup founders from around the globe who you're about to meet certainly fit that mold. We are so happy to share their stories with you. Over the course of the next hour, you'll hear about game-changing startups in media, in entertainment, and connectivity, from the future of work to accessibility to interactive and immersive experiences. This diverse group of founders hail from all backgrounds and are not just observing monumental shift in those industries, they're reshaping them with innovative solutions, tenacity, grit, and determination. Over the last 12 weeks, the Lift Labs companies worked directly with some of my colleagues at NBC News and CNBC. They refined the pitches they'll deliver today to an audience of mentors, investors, friends, and family. They even worked hand in hand with nearly 100 Comcast, NBC Universal, and Sky executives, many of whom are here today, to put their products and teams to the test as they build new partnerships and launch or grow their businesses. Whether they were working in person in Lift Labs Philadelphia or remotely in Tel Aviv, in London, Stockholm, or Paris, the founders and their teams endured an intensive program, working late nights, working weekends, drinking tons of coffee, adapting and pivoting every step of the way. And they are just getting started. Now, it is showtime. Demo Day 2021 starts right now.
The Lift Labs Accelerator is a 12-week program where companies from around the world apply to work with Comcast, NBC, Universal, and Sky, and our partners at Techstars. We help them with business development, investment, and getting ready to pitch investors and customers.
Working with startups is really important to our culture. We were a startup 60 years ago, but the challenge now as a Fortune 30 company is how do we keep ourselves thinking fresh, thinking innovatively? And that's why we're so involved with startups.
This year's class is super exciting. It's the most international diverse class we've had.
We're running a hybrid program. We have people who are in person and some people who are on Zoom or Introvoke around the world.
We've just started, and so far it's been like back-to-back sessions, so I'm excited to get to know my cohort.
I just wanted to thank everybody for being here in person and virtually around the world. This is our favorite day of the year when we get to welcome all of the new companies to our family.
So I'm feeling great about the cohort. I actually now have a new family of founders across the globe.
We had to contend with a lot of restrictions from COVID, and some folks had to go 2 weeks in one country, 2 weeks in another country, just to make it to Philadelphia to be here in person. Now we're actually in the Comcast building. And so the ability for the entrepreneurs to adapt to changing situations is what makes them special.
We are coming from France, where we don't have like an extensive network in the US, and with Techstars, they really introduce us to mentors, investors, potential customer on a daily basis.
The mentoring in this program has been amazing.
Working with Lift Labs has really been a great opportunity to connect with other colleagues that are like-minded, that have an entrepreneurial mindset, can think outside the box.
One of the highlights of the program has been a very intense Mentor Madness week where we met over 50 mentors.
Mental Madness was an incredible experience, incredibly intense, meeting so many people.
This year's class is very unique. Half the class is future of work, the other half is really focused on interactive and immersive experiences.
I'm really impressed with this year's class and their ability to make progress in such a short amount of time. Many of them continue to run their companies while they're participating in this accelerator full-time with us.
We've had the chance to have so many great minds take a look at our business and challenge us to build the most successful company possible.
The experience has been amazing, both on the startup plan, but also personally, it helped me a lot to grow.
It could not have been a better partnership for us. This accelerator has been ideal for helping us launch our beta with the absolute maximum velocity.
I'd say by far, This program is head and shoulders above any others in the world.
We learned so much from people who went through what we're going through right now. I don't think we could have found anything more valuable than this.
We're looking forward to nurturing our relationships with our mentors and hopefully having them accompany us on our journey for years to come.
Employee Cycle.
Holo. Hololia.
HustleUp.
Loot Locker.
Nagish.
Paco.
Peak.
Sidewalk Insurance.
ThinkConfluent.
Zoog.
Please welcome to the stage Danielle Kahn, Vice President of Startup Engagement and Head of Lift Labs at Comcast NBC Universal, and KJ Singh, Managing Directors at Techstars.
Thanks, Hoda. Amazing. Welcome to Demo Day for the 2021 Comcast NBC Universal Lift Labs Accelerator powered by Techstars. Lift Labs is the front door for strategic startups to partner with our company while working alongside our innovative teammates and refreshing our entrepreneurial mindset. And we are in the perfect place, back in person. Thank you so much for those of you who are here. In the Comcast Technology Center in Philadelphia for one of the first events to reopen headquarters campus. And today we are live and streaming to a virtual audience of, I think, more than 1,000 people from the Ralph J. Roberts Forum, named for the entrepreneur who founded Comcast nearly 60 years ago. And with me is our partner in this accelerator, my friend KJ Singh, the Managing Director of Techstars. Hi, KJ.
Hey, Danielle. And hi, everyone. Techstars is proud to partner with Comcast in one of the most sought-after startup accelerator programs in the world. Well, that's because our partners at Comcast bring so much value to the program. And this year, we're here in person in Philadelphia with founders, their teams, mentors, and with family, friends, investors, press, and executives who are watching virtually from around the world. Like many experiences we've all had during the past 2 years, this hybrid class is definitely a first for us. This hybrid demo day as well.
Oh my gosh, we've had so many firsts this year. And with a couple of exceptions, every founder in this program traveled from their hometowns around the world to Philadelphia to work on the 4th floor here in Lift Labs over the last 12 weeks. And no matter where they were, they still had the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to work side by side with our stellar team, the Startup Engagement team. I want to thank the whole team for all your contributions, especially Allison Bishop, and hello to Luke and little Freddie Butler, and the team at Techstars. A big, big thanks to Mariah Schmidt, all of the associates, and of course, our partner, KJ. You've really always helped the companies to grow during the program and continue into the future. And our secret sauce, nearly 200 mentors in total from across Comcast, NBC, Universal, Sky, and the Techstars Global Network. Thank you to all of the lead mentors. We will also show the general mentor pool later, but thank you so much for taking the companies under your wing during an already incredibly crazy time for yourselves, I'm sure. And a special thanks to our executive champions, Sam Schwartz and Emily Waldorf, for your support.
You know what's interesting? To see our alums from prior classes come back to mentor. And that's super exciting to see because they want to give back as well. And so it's especially exciting because mentorship is mutually beneficial. And in many cases, it lasts well beyond the program. The mentors consistently tell us how invigorating it is to explore new technologies, work on business models, or go-to-market strategies, or hear a founder's refreshing perspective on the challenges they face every single day. Thank you to all of the mentors for your time and commitment to every startup's success. Additionally, we would like to thank all of our global network partners for your continued support.
So with leaders, with input from leaders across our entire company, each year we select our core focus areas and we welcome applications from around the globe. We chose the 11 companies you will meet today because we believe these founders are building something meaningful that can make an impact in our customers and our employees' lives. This year, half the companies are reshaping the future of work with innovative solutions to connect with and develop talent, measure the sentiment behind those good old employee surveys, and help companies of all sizes become more accessible and efficient. And other founders are leading the way in developing the next generation of immersive entertainment and content. They are changing how we connect with people, places, share experiences with family, develop games, and even explore VR worlds while working out at home or right here in our fitness center.
So founders are attracted to this specific program because they not only see the opportunity to accelerate their business, but also work with Comcast NBC Universal's amazing family of brands. Since 2018, companies in the Comcast Lift Lab, I know this by heart. Since 2018, the companies in the Comcast NBC Universal Lift Labs Accelerator, powered by Techstars, there you go, have raised more than $80 million. And this specific class is very strong out of the gates. The founders selected are passionate about the problems they're solving, they care about their communities, the teams and customers, and are working in large markets. Over the last 12 weeks, the class has shown incredible growth. They lined up proofs of concepts, partnerships, and pilots. What they've accomplished over the last 3 months is a testament to their focus, determination, and drive.
Just like Rocky.
Just like Rocky.
So here's what to expect in the next, 53 minutes. Each company will be featured in a short video followed by their pitch from this stage, and that will highlight their progress. And throughout today's program, you'll be quizzed on what you learned so far. If you'd like to play along, there's a QR code on the back of your program. And if you are joining us virtually, enter your email to register and play right below the video you are watching. And next week, we will contact some lucky guests who scored an Oculus Quest 2 or a new Hisense X-Class TV developed right here, and maybe some more prizes.
Wait, how do I?
You're not eligible.
What?
No, I'll take you to lunch.
Okay, that's fine.
For those who showed up in person, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you. We invite you to stick around and meet the founders that have demos set up until 3 o'clock. You can also visit ComcastNBCULift.com for in-depth profile stories and company pitches. And if you'd like an intro to any of the companies, you can just email us at lift@comcast.com. And if you are a startup founder building something awesome, game-changing in media, entertainment, or connectivity, and you want to work with KJ, me, and our team, and all the mentors, be on the lookout for applications for the 2022
Lift Labs Accelerator, powered by Techstars. I didn't mess it up that time.
March 1st is when they will be available. And now it is my honor to welcome our first company from our headquarters city of brotherly love and sisterly affection. Please welcome Bruce Marable from Employee Cycle.
Companies often say that people are their greatest assets, but it's an area they probably know the least about. That's because most companies use many disconnected HR platforms, creating painful data silos, forcing HR leaders to default to manual, time-consuming processes that don't help identify or solve workforce obstacles. That's why Bruce Marable and Salah Soraya developed an HR tech solution that ties all the data together and empowers people leaders to make data-driven workforce decisions.
Hi, I'm Bruce Marable, co-founder and CEO of Employee Cycle. And after previously leading an HR tech startup to exit, we are now helping companies use HR data to make smarter workforce decisions. Companies always say that employees are their greatest asset. And we know the best way to manage any asset is by leveraging data. So why is it that HR leaders are always the least data-driven department in any company? In this current market, HR leaders are dealing with more challenges than ever before at the same time, including lack of diversity, massive turnover, rising recruiting costs, and low employee engagement. All of these workforce challenges could be solved using employee data. But with most companies using many disconnected HR systems that don't talk to each other, HR leaders default to the manual, painful, and time-consuming reporting process of pulling together messy spreadsheets that don't help to identify or solve workforce problems. That's why we created Employee Cycle, an HR analytics dashboard that automates the HR reporting and analytics process by transforming all of your disconnected employee data from multiple HR systems into one real-time, centralized, and shareable HR dashboard. To learn how this works, meet Beth, VP of HR at a company with 200 employees using 4 different HR systems. To get started, she simply connects her HR platforms to our dashboard and shortly after can view all of her HR insights across her entire employee lifecycle. Beth can now take a data-driven approach to workforce efforts, including reducing turnover costs, decreasing recruiting costs, comparing her company's diversity to industry benchmarks, and increasing employee engagement, all from the same place. Our pricing model is simple. We charge companies $3 per employee per month with a $4,500 minimum per company per year. To validate early signs of product market fit, we have fully built and launched the full version of our product and closed over $100K in ARR. We currently target companies between 50 and 1,000 employees that have a market size of $5 billion. And we expect that market size to double as our product matures to support both the mid-market and enterprise segment. Our team is the best team to take advantage of this opportunity. I have previous experience in HR tech sales, marketing, and partnerships, and Silas has previous experience in building internal corporate HR software. If you believe employees are a company's greatest asset, then please introduce us to every single HR leader you know so we can help them become the most data-driven department in their company. Thank you.
College friends Sumit Suman, Nitin Pandey, and Samir Narang have known each other for over 20 years. During their careers, they have worked with multiple successful software-as-a-service companies. One common challenge that they have often run into is poor customer onboarding. When done right, customers start benefiting from the product they buy and feel that they are getting the white glove service they deserve. But some software companies start the relationship with their customers on a poor note, causing many of them to churn away. So the team created a platform to help companies provide a better experience from day one.
Hi everyone, this is Sumit, CEO and co-founder at Paco. In my career, I've created 7 SaaS companies, and every single time we face the problem that we are solving with Paco today. Let's meet Sachin. Sachin's company, Interview Vector, sells interview as a service product to large tech firms, and they've been growing extremely fast. However, they've been losing customers fast too. Sachin learned that his customers were feeling abandoned right from day one. That is funny. And his team was too focused on new prospects to notice what was happening with the customers. Poor onboarding was the #1 culprit. The customers were not getting a consistent onboarding experience. His success managers were dropping too many balls, and Sachin had no visibility into what was happening. And that's why we created Paco. With Paco, meet Paco. Paco is an onboarding assistant that helps success managers create amazing onboarding experiences for their customers every single time. Let's see how it works. With Paco, Sachin's team created onboarding playbooks, And Paco sends them nudges and reminders to keep them on track of the onboarding tasks. Paco plugs into customer conversations and uses conversational AI to keep track of each customer's onboarding progress. And with Paco, there is complete visibility with the onboarding that is happening with all the customers. Since starting with Paco, Sachin's team has been providing great onboarding to the customers, and they have stopped leaving. And we're striving for a similar experience with all the SaaS companies, our business model to align to their success. We charge by the number of customers they are onboarding every single month. It's a $3 billion plus market, growing at 25% year on year. And with 25,000 SaaS companies, we are barely scratching the surface today. And we are seeing the impact of this need. Since starting our private beta a few weeks ago, 23 companies are on the wait list, representing a pipeline of over $500,000. And we are working with some great companies as our design partners to prepare Paco for launch, including Comcast. And we are a great team to build this out. We are 3 classmates from IIT with over 45 years of experience at companies like Bain and Bloomberg. And we have worked across multiple aspects of company building, product building, tech building, and most importantly, we know how to build successful customer relationships. So join us in our journey to make your customers loyal for life, starting with onboarding.
H. Schuster spent years in Hollywood as an executive producer and senior executive for well-known media companies, hiring writers, producers, directors, and other talent for TV and film. The process was manual and inefficient. Executives relied on personal relationships and clicks, and creative talent didn't have a way to showcase their work or connect with hiring managers. Schuster launched HustleUp to fix the entertainment industry's talent pipeline problem and democratize and diversify Hollywood.
Hi, I'm H. Schuster, and I've spent my career producing TV shows like MasterChef and The Biggest Loser, and now I hustle up. With the explosion of gaming, podcasting, and streaming, the demand for creative freelance talent has skyrocketed. But the process to find that talent is broken. Execs still search for writers, producers, directors, and others through personal relationships and rarely get outside of their cliques. In fact, there's no efficient way to search a large talent pool with specific criteria. And this pipeline problem makes it challenging for new and diverse creatives to break into the business. In fact, 50 million creatives have no place to aggregate all their professional information and connect with each other. They see LinkedIn as their dad's stuffed shirt network. IMDb doesn't give them access to their own professional data. And when they use Facebook, they're operating on a personal profile in the clutter of grandma's banana bread recipes, no disrespect to grandma, and politically toxic posts. Houston, we have a problem. That's why we built HustleUp. HustleUp is a searchable network that makes creative talent discovery in media and entertainment more efficient and more diverse. Let me show you how it works. Creatives can build and own their own professional profile. They can set an availability date. They can write a personal bio. They can connect directly with their representation, and they can edit their own credits. They can get vouchers from people they've worked with and worked for, and they can upload their creative samples. Users can search our feed by topic to make discovery really simple, and they can create group pages to connect and collaborate with each other. And companies can search this large talent pool with specific criteria, and they can vet the candidates instantly. They can share and save their searches, and they can track diversity all the way down the discovery process. We're launching our invite-only beta in January, and we're working with the Hollywood guilds and professional organizations to drive creative talent to join. In fact, we already have 2,500 creators on our invite wait list, and each new user will get 5 invites to invite the talented colleagues within their network. Then we'll turn on the search tools for our production company and studio partners, including Universal Studio Group and Universal Pictures. Next, we'll move into gaming, podcasting, music, and international markets. HustleUp operates on a simple subscription model. On the demand side, we charge companies based on search volume, And on the supply side, the professional tier is for vetted working creators, and any aspiring creator can join our rising tier. We're going after a massive market. On the supply side, we're unbundling LinkedIn for the largest, most underserved freelance sector in the world, 50 million creatives. And that number only continues to grow thanks to platforms like YouTube and Instagram. 33% of teens want to be creators. And on the demand side, we're servicing the $2 trillion a year media and entertainment business by connecting those companies with all that creative talent. HustleUp is built by creatives for creatives. I have 20 years of experience as an executive producer and C-suite leader. Our head of partnerships is a senior media strategist. Our head engineer has robust experience in building scalable search. And we have a number of passionate celebrity ambassadors and investors, including Eliza Schlesinger, who is a comedian who's done Netflix shows, stand-up specials, and features.
Hi guys, I'm Eliza Schlesinger. I'm actually backstage at one of my shows here in Germany. Whether I'm writing and producing films or TV series for Netflix or whatever other channels, I'm always trying to find a community to connect with and collaborate with and good people to work with. And they are hard to find, but they're out there. And that is why I love what H is doing with HustleUp.
Diversify Hollywood's old clique with one click. Let's hustle up.
Grads Dima Pondo Black and Thomas Musafer were immediately struck by the inefficiencies of the recruitment process. Human resource professionals were struggling to give candidates timely responses or match previous applicants with newly open roles to fill them quickly. It's no wonder why 60% of job seekers say they have had a negative candidate experience. So the co-founders of Holo created a solution that makes recruiting and hiring easy, intuitive, and straightforward.
Hi, my name is Thomas. I'm CEO and co-founder at Holo. It takes more than 50 days to fill a new position. The reason is recruiters are struggling to find new candidates. That's why they spend 60% of their time looking for new ones. What is crazy about it, they restart the process from scratch for every new hire, missing on the hundreds of qualified leads sitting in their candidates database. This is why we started Holo. We use artificial intelligence to automate the management of talent pools. When companies have new opportunities, they start from a pipeline filled with pre-qualified talents. Holo reduces the time to fill by 75%. Let me show you how it works. With seamless ATS integrations, recruiters are able to create a talent pool in a matter of minutes. Then, they can start adding the candidate they want to keep in touch with. Holo takes it from here and starts nurturing those candidates in a fully automated way on their platform of choice at the desired frequency. Without any additional effort, recruiters now have a way to keep candidates that are up to date. But it doesn't stop here. We then offer talent suggestion for each new opportunity. Recruiters are never starting from scratch anymore. Holo gives them a head start. We launched our MVP on the market earlier this year, and it allowed us to acquire our first paying customers and reducing their time to fill by 53%. We charged based on the number of candidates, and for our target, it goes from thousands to tens of thousands. And people want to make that change, and for this reason, the HR solution market is booming. With an increasing of 10% each year, the global market will represent almost $40 billion in 2025. And it is because we spent more than 15 years in human resources and data science combined that we knew it was the moment to change this aging field. I'm sure you all have companies around you or in your portfolio that will benefit from Holo. And for them, we are offering a free trial at holo.io/dmode. Thank you.
When you exercise, 1 minute can last forever. You get bored easily and lose your motivation. Combining fitness with gaming and helping people keep their fitness motivation is why Bohana Nezovic and Shaheen Luritzin founded Holodia. Their VR fitness app, Holofit, transports users to a new kind of immersive, gamified workout experience.
Hello everyone, my name is Shaheen. I'm CEO and co-founder at Holofit. We are creating a VR software fitness platform for the metaverse. We reached $50,000 in monthly recurring revenue, and we have 5,000 subscribers. Cardio fitness sucks. It's boring, and it's very hard for people to stay motivated. The current solutions that are out there and are good, they're high priced. And they lack product flexibility. They can't be used across a range of different devices. That's why we built Holofit. Holofit transports users into immersive worlds, holoworlds. And in those worlds, people work out, they bike, they run, they ski, and they row. And people want exciting and engaging experiences. They want to be guided when it gets hard. And they want to be excited with virtual reality experience so that they stick with it over time. Here's how that works. Select your cardio fitness machine or workout without it. Select your workout program and a holoworld of your choice and start your journey. While you work out, Holofit Virtual Coach will track your data and use that data to customize your workout progression in real time. At the end of your session, the Holofit will display your gaming and your fitness scores on the score screen, and it will log it into the Holofit companion app. The experience is virtual, but the results, they are real. Our business model is simple. Excuse me. Give me a minute. This is why our users love Holofit. We have now 5,000 users on Holofit that are working out on average more than 30 minutes per session. And they're coming back to Holofit 4 times every week. Our business model is simple. We charge subscription for access to the platform. We launched Holofit in January 2021 on the back of accelerating VR adoption in the US market and the formation of the metaverse. As a software product, Holofit addresses a massive global market of $75 billion that is projected to grow 15% year on year over the next 5 years. We are multi-time founders at Holofit, and we are fitness executives. We bring more than a decade of experience from fitness, from gaming, and from virtual reality technology to the table. And we have the experience to execute a very strong vision to position Holofit as the go-to platform for immersive cardio fitness in the metaverse. If you want to know more about the future of fitness and the metaverse, reach out. But most importantly, stay Holofit. Thank you.
Alexander Bergendahl has spent the last decade building and selling successful game studios, while his co-founder, Andreas Stockholm, has been building e-commerce and game backends for major game development studios. After launching a game played by millions of people, they realized developers like them didn't have adequate tools to monetize and engage their own players. That was left for the most prominent game development companies. The problem led them to launch a startup that levels the playing field and empowers emerging game developers.
Hi, I'm Alexander, CEO and co-founder of LootLocker and a serial games industry entrepreneur. LootLocker is a game backend as a service that's already powering over 250 games and growing over 40% month over month. There are 3.2 billion gamers worldwide, and it's never been easier to build and ship games to reach them thanks to accessible technology and platforms. That's why emerging game studios now comprise over 70% of the market. But that's not the entire story. Critical backend features that drive player lifetime value are expensive and hard to build, so developers don't, and then pay the price when the games gain and then lose traction. Take the game Among Us, for example. It was built by 3 first-time developers and played by over 500 million people worldwide in a year. What a huge success. Well, they didn't have the right backend features in place, lost all their players, and hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue. Among Us is just one of many stories like this, which is why we built LootLocker. So the backend is already taken care of. So the next generations of developers and creators can build mega hits like Among Us while monetizing and retaining their players. LootLocker is designed for developers across the skill spectrum to get started quickly. Just copy your game API key into the SDK and enable the platforms that you're targeting. Then configure any of LootLocker's 24 out-of-the-box backend systems and drop our pre-written code snippets into your game. You're ready to go. It's that easy. We have over 250 games built and launched on LootLocker, seeing nearly 2 million unique players to date, all from games developed by teams of less than 10 people. LootLocker has a freemium, usage-based revenue model with fees for NFT transactions and payment processing. That way, you get started for free, and you only pay as your game grows into success. Gaming is soon a $200 billion industry, with platforms like Roblox training the next generation of developers and creators. Emerging game studios will soon grow to be 90% of all developers, and LootLocker will be their backend of choice. We know this space because we work in it. I've spent the last decade building and selling multi-platform game studios. Andreas has spent 12 years building e-commerce and game backends for major game development studios, some of which were founded or run by our angel investors. LootLocker enables the next generation of developers and creators to capitalize and sustain their successful games played by billions of people. To that extent, we're happy to announce that we're working with G4, NBC Universal, and GameJolt on a 2022 game jam that puts a focus on the next generation of developers and creators. If you're as excited about this as we are, get in touch. Thank you.
Please welcome Comcast Chief Business Development Officer, Sam Schwartz.
I have to say that today is the best dressed demo day I've ever seen, so I'm not sure I got the memo. First, I want to talk to the 11 founding teams that are part of this year's class. What a great class we've had this year, and I want to congratulate all of those founders that were in this year's program. You've continued to impress us with your insights and your innovations and in the focus areas that we've picked, and in areas that are so important to our company, to our employees, and to our customers. This is just the beginning, and we will always be your partners on this journey. Today, you're all joining 32 other great companies in our Lift Labs alumni portfolio, including one of my favorites, Afroland TV, that now streams to 50 million customers on Xumo, Flex, X1, and our new X-Class TVs. Covatic, which is all about personalized ad technology. Respeecher, which was used to recreate a younger Luke Skywalker voice in The Mandalorian. Polycade and Game On, which were incredibly innovative gaming platforms. Thinker Tinker, makers of Trolls Music Stars. And our own NASDAQ-based and Philadelphia-based Sports Trade that recently raised $36 million. I also want to thank all of the Comcast, NBC Universal, and Sky executives here today in person or watching on the live stream who served as mentors in this year's program. and those on your teams who helped us along the way. I can't thank you enough for dedicating your time and really putting the companies to the test over the last 12 weeks. You offered critical product feedback, made hundreds of connections in your network, and even developed formal pilots and partnerships that gave these companies a boost when they needed it. We also saw the startups infuse a dose of innovation back into Comcast mindsets to remind all of us here that we need to challenge the status quo in our products and our processes. I also want to offer a special thanks to the Lift Labs and Techstars teams for your outstanding work again on this year's program. You continue to create the best accelerator and the best-in-class experience for both founders and mentors, and an inclusive environment for founders and employees of all backgrounds. Enabling diverse entrepreneurs has been part of the mandate of our program since the beginning. In fact, across all the years of Lift Labs, Sports Tech, and the Farm, more than 65% of the companies are led by women or people of color. We know it's critically important to amplify the stories of founders who are traditionally underrepresented and underfunded in technology. I'm excited to highlight a great partnership between Lift Labs and Black Experience on Xfinity. The project is called Founding in Color, a docuseries co-produced by our Lift Labs marketing team where 9 founders get candid about race, identity, and what it takes to succeed as a Black or Latino entrepreneur in America today. It's a powerful series with an important message, and I'd like to show you a trailer.
To be a founder means that I'm a revolutionary.
Resilience and dedication.
To be relentlessly optimistic about a very big vision and goal.
It takes a lot of audacity.
The biggest obstacle is disbelief.
I have the power, the tools to really create more informed, diverse, and inclusive cities, and that matters a lot to me.
There are obstacles that you have to just jump over, crawl over, climb through, dig underneath, go around. And I risked everything I had, my time, my energy, in order for this to be successful, and it paid off.
I hope that what I leave behind as a founder is the belief that people that look like me or people that share my background can do this too.
I've been tasked with a great responsibility, and I do not take it lightly. So I'll make sure that I inspire, I open doors for other founders as well, and just continue building for our people, our culture. My name is Michael Mapanga.
Max Tuckman.
Michelle Fields.
India Hayes.
Carlos Walks.
Trish Miller.
Mato Carrega.
Jasmine Jones.
Danielle Johnson. And this is my story.
This is my story.
My story.
My story.
I really hope you will all take the time to watch this powerful docuseries on Xfinity by saying Founding in Color into your voice remote, or of course you can stream it for free on Peacock. And now, please welcome our next company, all the way from Tel Aviv, Israel. Here's Yoav Oren from Zoog.
Business partners Yoav Oren and Matan Gutman are constantly looking for meaningful ways to connect their kids to extended families. They tried video calls, but their kids lost interest quickly. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the problem became even more exacerbated when even their grandparents spent months without the ability to visit in person. It led them to launch a startup company that focused on the future of connectivity to empower families to stay connected in a meaningful and engaging way.
Hi everyone, I'm Yoav and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Zoog. As a parent to young children, I desperately tried to get my kids to connect over video with their family. I learned that video communication with children is awful. Kids don't want to FaceTime or Zoom or video chat with their families, or really with anyone. They want to be entertained. The pandemic made this crystal clear, as there was no good way to connect with children who were distant. This created a growing divide between families. And that's exactly why we created Zoog, to help connect families who are distant. And we're doing this through creative communication and immersive storytelling. Let me show you how Zoog works. As you enter our app, you immediately are shown into our library. As you hover over different books, you get to become a different character. Become the wolf in Little Red Riding Hood, or even Cinderella. Select the book you want to read and click Let's Start to begin recording. Throughout the story, your character will change automatically, together with the backgrounds and animations. It's pretty awesome. Once you're done, you can share it with your loved ones right away. It's as easy as sending a text. Your recipients can open on any device and at any time. They can then request their next story, leave you a video message, or simply respond with an emoji. Your stories can also be viewed forever in your memory archive. And our users love our app. Since we've launched, over 10,000 people have engaged with our stories, either as viewers or as creators. We're also growing at 40% week over week in active users. But what we're most excited about is seeing that every storyteller is bringing an average of 10 unique viewers, which really shows the inherent virality of our product. We're also excited to share that we've recently partnered with Snap. Zoog is one of the few companies in the world that has access to Snap's camera technology. This enables us not only to produce the best AR content in the world, but also gives us access to Snap's massive community of AR developers who can now create content directly on Zoog. Soon, any content creator will be able to create fun, engaging, and educational AR content directly on our platform. And our business model is simple. We charge $5.99 per month for consumers to access our library of content. This on its own is a massive opportunity, but we're also rolling out brand partnerships, working with some amazing companies and projected to grow 50% annually. These channels combined represent a $30 billion market opportunity. Finally, I'm excited to share for the first time on this stage that we're working on bringing NBC Universal's incredible children's content to life on Zoog. Yep. Soon, our audience won't only be able to view DreamWorks' amazing content, but actually to communicate through it. How cool is that? And we're the right team to bring Zoog to life. Matan, my co-founder, and I bring over 20 years of combined experience in tech. We've had leadership positions in business, in development, and in product. And we've developed products that have reached millions of users. But most importantly, we're parents. And we're solving a problem that personally affects both us and our families. If you care about meaningful content for children and are looking for better ways to engage with your loved ones, take out your phones and download Zoog today. Thank you so much.
Working together at a successful startup, Sarah Alali and Nicholas Cabrignac realized something. They have very different working styles. Sarah's a planner, while Nicholas goes with the flow. It made them wonder why managers motivated them with the same tactics. They also longed for an anonymous way to provide feedback about their jobs, managers, and work processes. So they built a startup that makes people management much more efficient.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah, a neuroscientist and CEO of ThinkConfluent. Companies fail to create the work environment every single employee needs. That's why 50% of employees will quit their job by 2023. Take Julia, a top sales engineer who needs to spend time to focus on her work. But guess what? She ends up being overwhelmed by tons of meetings all day long. And the worst, her manager is probably not even aware of that. That's not surprising when you know that most companies still rely on this completely irrelevant employee engagement software and their 1-to-5 scale surveys. I mean, when you get data like your team is 62% happy, tell me how you can figure out how to help Julia. To solve this problem, meet ThinkConfluent, a safe space that helps team leaders understand their employees' needs in 5 minutes per week. Let me show you how it works. Every week, Julia can send plain English, anonymous feedback about her burning pain points. Or natural language processing AI understands every work-related feedback, whether she sends a thumbs up or a novel about her work-life balance issue. For her manager, no more guesswork or busy work. Within a few seconds, he received a detailed digest that highlights all the team's top challenges. And finally, we generate personalized action plans for every single employee to help them build a work experience that looks like them. ThinkConfluent is the feedback tool all team leaders have been waiting for. Just look at a wait list. We have more than 650 companies, from well-known startups to firms like Amazon. Within a month, we have secure offers revenue, run a successful pilot with Comcast, and reach $400,000 ARR in our sales pipeline. We have a simple software as a service business model with pricing starting at $8 per user per month. We all know that talent retention is a challenge for all companies, and everyone see the limit of tools currently on the market. So for us, right now, the opportunity is huge and keeps growing. The employee experience market will reach $40 billion by 2025, and our team is uniquely qualified to capture this opportunity. I have analyzed the brain impact of companies' organizational changes in one of the best cognitive sciences labs in Europe. My co-founder, Nicholas, has a natural language processing background, allowing us to go into a level of open feedback analysis never reached before in the market. We strongly believe that people deserve to work how, when, and where they thrive. So if you believe in our vision, let's get in touch.
Anan Pothitas grew up working at small businesses in his neighborhood, like pizza shops and landscaping companies. He saw how those businesses can impact communities around them. His business partner, Jen Samarco, grew up watching family and friends work hard to keep companies afloat. As their careers progressed, both gained expertise in financial technology, leading them to launch a startup that makes the complex world of business insurance simple and affordable.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Brennan, the co-founder and CEO of Sidewalk. Each year, 30 million neighborhood businesses struggle to purchase the right insurance, but most don't know where they get it or how much coverage to even buy. A lot of people turn to a broker, but these people are only looking for their commission. The manual application review process is something that takes a long time and takes days and days and days of time before the business can even open their doors. Now, compare something like Starbucks to something like a neighborhood business, and they're spending 2x that of a community business, which is a big, big problem for most people who are starting to open a business. And then when something happens, like a flood or a fire, 3 out of 4 neighborhood businesses actually don't have sufficient coverage to protect. And in the end, the insurance process is really, really broken for most people. And so everything from paying billions in commissions to having insufficient coverage, it's no wonder that the industry has abysmal NPS, which impacts everybody every day. And this is ultimately why we created Sidewalk. We built our own carrier from the ground up to reinvent how policies are designed to better protect neighborhood business owners who are left behind by the incumbents. Our policies are written from the ground up to eliminate broker fees, inefficiencies, and third-party costs. Our policies are transparent, tailored, and flexible. We offer policies in under 10 minutes from a mobile phone with seamless onboarding and no contract lock-ins. We're community-focused, grouping neighborhood businesses together to even the playing field. Since launching in May, we're filing our custom insurance policy in 12 states. We've access to over 10,000 restaurants, coffee shops, and retail stores through our channel partners, and we're just getting started. This is a massive market opportunity. 30 million neighborhood businesses pay in the US over 140 billion in annual insurance premiums. And we're the right team to go after this market opportunity. My co-founder and I have nearly 30 years of combined experience building award-winning products in highly regulated financial industries. We know firsthand how neighborhood businesses operate since we've worked alongside our friends and family who are neighborhood business owners our entire lives. We know what these businesses need. Our community is growing quickly. Put us in contact with your neighborhood business, and we'll see you on Sidewalk. Thank you.
Emmanuel Ojo and Deborah Igunma are passionate readers and enjoy having epic conversations about the books. They dive deep into literature and share their hot takes. Yet digital distractions like texting and social media started to hinder their reading habits. This led Ojo and Igunma to develop a solution that allows the digital-minded millennial and Gen Z generations to engage with reading the same way they engage with everything else in their lives.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Deborah Igunma. I'm a serial media and entertainment entrepreneur, and I'm the CEO of Peak, where the discussions live inside the books we love. All consumer and entertainment experiences are becoming more multiplayer, community-driven, and creator-led. We have the likes of Twitch and Discord that have cemented social gaming into our psyche. Peloton and Strava have made social fitness an everyday thing. And now even shopping is a multi-billion-dollar social industry because of live commerce. Unfortunately, this shift hasn't quite taken place in the world of books. It's still a largely individual and isolating activity. Modern consumers crave interaction and engagement from the books that they read, and that's the reason why they mark them up in this way. Indeed, when we look at the rest of our lives, particularly when it comes to Gen Z, this is precisely how we communicate with one another in an innovative, immersive, visceral, social way. On the other hand, you have authors who have no way to track their fans' real-time reactions whilst their audience are taking in their content. They also have no way to build a digital community within their content. They have to rely on the likes of Amazon, New York Times, Goodreads reviews after the books have already been read, or wait for unsolicited feedback on social media. And so this is why my team and I built Peak. Peak is reading created for the modern-day book lover. You start off by diving into your favorite books, deep into the lines of the books, and having full-blown conversations with your favorite authors, content creators, friends, and more. And you do this via GIFs, videos, images, precisely in the language that we communicate in the rest of our lives. You can create your own club and gather people who care about the books that resonate with you the most. If you want, you can have this community be ring-fenced. If, for example, you're reading for academic or spiritual purposes, and you really want to know who you're reading with. Here I'm reading a book with the author called Unlocking Unicorns, and we're sharing some jokes and banter about Nigerian food. He knows precisely what is going on in my mind in a very granular way, and this is an experience I can share with other friends, authors, and communities. We're finalizing our partnership with the largest publisher in the world, home to millions of authors, books, and readers. Some of our other early advocates include tech founders elite reading content creators, actresses, who are excited to start their clubs on Peak and have more intimate relationships with their audiences, many of whom have doubled down as angel investors. We have two simple revenue streams. We take a 15% cut from the clubs on our app that decide to have paid club subscriptions. We also take a 30% cut from the books that are sold on the platform, but the app itself is completely free. We're targeting an absolutely massive market. The reading market globally is worth $150 billion, and this is a market that does not have a social layer akin to the ones I was explaining in the beginning. And we target this with our sale of ebooks and club subscriptions just to begin with. And as for the main characters, I myself, Deborah Gunma, I sit on a working group with other members of parliament in the UK where we look at the literacy gap in the UK and in the West. And so I understand how important reading is on a fundamental level, particularly when it comes to policy making. Outside of this, I'm an ex-Googler, ex-banker, and published poet. My good friend Emmanuel is our head of product here at Peak. He has experience in venture capital, banking, and within e-commerce in a previous business. And fun fact, he starred in Half of a Yellow Sun as a voiceover. Social reading is the next phenomenon. Get in touch to find out more about the next chapter for the world of books. Thank you very much.
When Tomer Aharoni learned how deaf and hard of hearing people make phone calls, he was stunned. They rely on relay services with human interpreters, a manual and outdated system in today's automated world. Not to mention the lack of privacy most people expect in one-on-one phone calls. So he created Nagish, a solution that helps deaf and hard of hearing people make phone calls and help call centers and enterprises become more accessible and inclusive and save costs.
Hi, I'm Tomer, co-founder and CEO of Nagish. Nagish is making telecommunications more accessible to nearly 1 billion people. Today, if you're deaf or hard of hearing, your only way to place or receive a phone call is to rely on a human-operated captioning services. Captioning services are slow, expensive, and not private. They can take up to 2 hours to pick up your call. If you want to have a personal conversation or call 911 during an emergency, this doesn't work. Corporations struggle with this as well. Call centers report that 10% of their calls are coming from customers who are deaf or hard of hearing. These calls take 4 times longer to operate and cause frustration to both the customers and the agents. We wanted to solve that. That's why we created Nagish. Nagish enables phone calls for people who are deaf or hard of hearing. Our transcription engine converts calls into text in real time, faster and more accurately than ever before. Let me show you how it works. This is the Nagish app. It resembles the native phone app that comes with your device. You can call and receive calls to anyone. The only difference is, when you call with Nagish, you don't have to place the phone next to your ear because you can type to speak and read to hear. The other side of the call just receives a regular phone call. They won't even know that you're using a special service. Since Nagish runs in the cloud, it integrates with call center software as well as the most popular video conferencing tools. We are getting paid for our enterprise solution and our consumer solution. Companies pay us to have our solution integrated within their services so customers can contact them without having to download anything. On the consumer side, we provide a Nagish app completely for free and collect payments from the federal government worth $4,000 per user per year. The community loves our product. Since launching a few weeks ago, we already have 500 active users and are growing 20% week over week. We're expecting to see 2 million in ARR by the end of 2022. And Comcast is already piloting Nagish to interview candidates who are deaf or hard of hearing. We're going after a $100 billion market, consisting of nearly 1 billion people who are deaf or hard of hearing, and over 30,000 call centers who deeply care about accessibility for their customers and their employees. Alon, my co-founder, and I are the perfect team to capture this massive market opportunity. We bring to the table more than a decade of experience managing teams and building large-scale software at Fortune 500 companies, startups, and Unit 80 to 100 of the IDF. If you want to join our mission, email us at hello@talknagish.com. Thank you so much.
Wow, I thought I had a lot of energy, but those founders put me to shame. Hi, everyone. I'm Jim Cramer, host of Mad Money on CNBC. What a terrific demo day. Congratulations to the founders and their teams for their hard work and incredible progress in only 12 weeks. They are well on their way to disrupting markets and growing into big businesses. I love keeping a pulse on the technologies and ideas shaping the future, and this group of companies truly stands out. I actually got a chance to spend some time with the founders during the program, and I must say, they are an impressive group. Let's run them down. Employee Cycle, Holo, Holodia, HustleUp, Loot Locker, Nagish, Paco, Peak, Sidewalk, ThinkConfluent, and Zoog. These are game changers, people. Game changers disrupting the future of connectivity, media, work, interactive storytelling, experiences, and accessibility. While I am excited about what these startups have achieved so far, I am even more pumped about what comes next. All the grit, tenacity, and excitement will continue to come together as they relentlessly execute. And with that, I believe these companies have a chance to grow into major players. I'll bet you're asking yourselves, what can you, the audience, do to support them? Well, I got an idea. Download their apps, try and buy their products, and use your platform to share their stories with your friends, coworkers, and families. And if you're a startup founder building what's next, or you know one living next door or meet one on the bus, keep an eye out for applications in January for the 2022 Comcast NBC Universal Lift Labs Accelerator, powered by Techstars. Thank you for joining us on Demo Day in my hometown of Philadelphia, or wherever you're watching. Go Birds! Booyah!